All right, Justin from Soul Graffiti here at Rush Creek Lodge. We're gonna do our troubleshooting video. I think these first 3 videos are probably the most important videos, but also the other ones that I did definitely have some valuable information on how to set up the wireless transmitters, also specifics around setting up the on-offs for your clip-on mic. Very simple, but those are in the other videos. So with this troubleshooting video, if anything happens and it's not working properly, you just want to make sure that you walk in here and everything is on, the right settings, okay? So the first thing to check is everything is on, right? The XR18 has power on, the Sony upper main front speakers, the Sony inside back speakers receiver is on. We're just using these as power amps, and the crown is on for the outside speakers. Something that happened when I first walked in here was that somebody accidentally just turned that to video. That won't produce sound from where we're plugged in anymore. We're only in SAT CATV, okay? So we have to be in SAT CATV, okay? So no one should be touching this, but just make sure that it reads that. Volume, we have this set pretty high to volume 60, so you can check making sure the volume is up. Once again, this should never be touched, but something to check. Now coming down to the inside back speakers, on position. It's green here, not the standby orange mode, but on position, green. SAT, CATV, same thing, right? Nothing else, just SATV. And then this is also at 60 volume, okay? So once again, never touch these, but if something is going awry and not working, you might as well check if your power amps are running. That's what we're using that for. These are your receivers for your clip-on mic, your wireless Sennheiser, and your Shure PGX-D4 SM58 handheld wireless. They're both on. That's perfect. And your ASUS has power and is on. I'm also checking our signal from our wireless receiver. If this was blinking, it would mean that there's a poor battery, and you want to change it out with the other one. You have 2 with you. You can either run them for a stereo in-out on line 1718 to get the stereo effect of your DJ or this and that, or you can just use the other one as a backup. That's how I'm doing this, just to simplify things and make sure that there's a backup. Most music in this room, mono's good enough for what you're dealing with. So everything in the closet is in good shape. Now we are at the board, and if you're still not getting sound, what I would probably do is just check the basics, your source, right? So the source of this computer, and I would go, is your volume up? It should be in the top setting. It doesn't need to be fully up, but it should be definitely, I don't know if you can see that, but it's up toward 2 clicks from full. That's perfect. And then I'm checking the mixer here. Is the volumes up? The main volume and the channel volume. We're on channel 3 and 4 because of these 2 1/4-inch cords. So I'm going to put some of this on and turn it up. Right? So that would be the reason right there if that started working. If it still wasn't working, I would then do a hard reset on 2 devices. I would start off actually back in the closet, okay? And then I would come out and do a hard reset on the iPad. So going back to the closet, I would just take the master on off, and I would turn that off. Wait a few seconds. We're letting this device right here, the XR18, just reset and turn it back on again. What sometimes happens, this happened to me yesterday, the EQ somehow didn't show up, so I just did a reset like that and it popped up again without me changing anything. So sometimes Little things like that may happen. It could really change the quality of the clip-on mic, right? Which is, we got it at a really good quality, and you want to make sure that it sounds that way. So now we're going over to our iPad, and it said it lost connection because we just turned off the closet system. And we're just going to go in and do a hard reset on this. I don't think hard reset's the exact verbiage, but it's just closing the program and restarting it. So double clicking, right, it shows all of your windows open. I'm going to close out of the Xair. I'm going to close out of our settings. And like I did before, I'm going to make sure that in settings we are in Event Hall Wireless Sound, which we are currently in. Event Hall Wireless Sound right there. Great. So I can then double click and close out of that. Now going into Xair 18. And it's loading. I'm then going to click on the loading program and it pops up. Something to check out is once you have your signal going, I'm just going to purposely mute this because maybe that was something that popped out. Notice how the signal I just turned up and you can see it moving right here, but we're not hearing it, and that's because it is muted. I just muted it, so I'll just unmute that and it's on. So that's a way to troubleshoot, and that often takes care of any hiccups or bugs in the system. The last thing I would do to troubleshoot before going into a YouTube search specifically, or going into any volumes or mute buttons or this or that, would be to go into your snapshot and load the exact snapshot that you want. So I'm going to go back here. This is your main screen, and go into snapshots. And depending on what you want, we have Rush Creek Lodge SG all on. So that means all speakers on. Then we have Rush Creek Video all inside, and then Rush Creek outside speakers on. This last one right here is actually a duplicate of the first one, but I'm going to talk to everyone tomorrow. This might just be where we could put speakers on the outside only. As a matter of fact, I'm going to save that after this conversation like that, so you have those 3 different settings. So let's say we want to do the Rush Creek Video all inside. Just make sure that that's the one loaded. You click on it and you press load. It tells you, do you want to load it? And you say, okay. And it just loaded. So just like that, we have our saved preset. These settings, these snapshots are saved inside the Xair 18. It's not on any computer externally. If you guys ever did a hard reset on the Xair 18 on the back of the device, it would erase this setting, which is a lot of the hard work that I've done so far. So yeah, it's very important to keep these settings inside the Xair 18. Never do a hard reset on the back I won't even tell you guys how to do that. Call me if you need that done for any reason. All right, so we have the sound working, and we didn't have any issues, but those are the things that we would troubleshoot if we did have any issues. One thing that I set up here is the reason why all of your microphones automatically work when you plug them in, it's because they're unmuted over here, okay? And since they're unmuted, that means that right when you turn it on, it will start working. I'm just going to give you an example, though, that let's see the VS wireless, sorry, the V3 wireless, which is this microphone right here, okay? Channel 3, this is where this is always plugged in, okay? It will always be this way as long as you guys don't unplug anything that I plugged into the Xair 18. So I'm going to turn this on, and I just did something that made it not work, okay? So I'm just kind of, how would I troubleshoot that? So I'd actually go to the channel, and I see the sound moving on the channel. Okay, that's channel 3 right there. And why is it not playing? It's because the mute button is on right here, okay? And you unmute that, and it's working. So as simple as that. If somebody actually came in and muted these after an event and then turned off the program, the device turns back on with those mutes on, okay? So that might actually happen to you guys. And how you would really do that is you'd either unmute the channels that you're using manually right here, right? Boonk. Or you'd go into your snapshots and load the appropriate program that I've loaded for you guys. What I ask is that you guys please do not save any of your own presets, because you might save over something that I've done for you guys, which has taken a considerable amount of time and money to do. So that's what I have for you guys in troubleshooting. If you need any more information, please don't hesitate to contact us at Soul Graffiti. Our business line is 510-463-GROW. And if you guys need any extra work done or your own system, your home theater system done with video or wireless control, we know how to do it. We installed the system mostly getting new gear, actually. The only thing that I used that was already in place was the speakers, and then I used the receivers that are here as amplifiers. We're not using them as anything else. And these receivers you can get for about $150 now. So the cost of systems, 16-point sound systems, is incredibly cheap. I think that just maybe 5 years ago, this would be worth close to $10,000 to $12,000, and you could probably do this yourself for close to $4,500. So thanks for your time and your patience. With all these videos and the ones that are down below on this playlist, you can always put it into 1.5 mode, a faster speed, and that way you can kind of get through my rambling a little bit quicker and get to the point of learning the thing that you want to learn about this system. So if you want more information on what we're doing in audio, tech, sound healing shows, go to soulgraffiti.info. And we're stoked to be doing events throughout California and hopefully a lot more at Rush Creek Lodge. We'll be here back in August playing some music. Have a good one, all.